Hello.
Hi.
Hi guys, welcome back. It's Noella here, and in today's video we are going to be talking about, we're actually going to be answering the question, why don't I pursue my dreams? And I'm really excited about today's live and video because I have Raisa with me here today. I always love having, because I started Nuella's Nuggets doing interviews with college students. So I've always liked having a guest because it makes the conversation sweeter.
It does.
And more interesting. So today we're going to be talking about why don't we pursue our dreams. We're going to be, hello. Why don't we pursue our dreams? So Raisa, do you remember when we created our vision board?
Yes.
That was like 2 years ago.
Was it? It was 2020 moving into 2021. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 2 years
That
ago.
was like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, that was like 2 years ago. And what did you have on your vision board that has now come to pass?
I wanted to get a job before 2021 ended. That happened. And I wanted to run like 200K the whole year. For like, that happened too. What else did I have on there? I don't even remember. Oh my god, I should have taken a picture.
Did you have law school on there?
I did have law school. Oh my god.
And it happened.
It happened. I wanted to get into law school and it happened. Yes. I wanted to pass my LSAT. It happened. There's a lot of things that were on there that happened. Yeah.
So you actually haven't really thought about it or even gotten back to it?
I haven't. I
But
took it down
yeah.
in December of 2021.
Isn't it funny that, you wrote those visions down and now they have materialized?
I know. It's crazy. I guess because I was seeing it every day because I put it like at the top of my bed. So on the wall, so every day I'll wake up and see it. I go to the bathroom, come back, it was just there in front of me. Yeah. And it's crazy that I forgot law school and it was like the biggest thing that was on there. Yeah. So
I wanted to bring that up because I want to ask you a follow-up question. That before, when you were doing that, creating that vision board, because they were talking about why people don't pursue their dreams, and one of your biggest dreams was to become a lawyer, and now you had that on your vision board, and now you're going to law school. Before, what was your thought process while you were writing or creating that vision board? Where were you at that point in life thinking? Because going to law school is a big thing. It's not easy. Not everyone gets into law school. And so what was your thought process and where were you at that time creating that vision board?
I was at a low.
Yeah.
I was at a low. I was going to my last year of college and I didn't really see what I could use my degree to do that could earn me a living, at least the way that I wanted. And I've always just wanted to make change and have a meaningful life. And I knew that I wanted to do that through my law school degree. But like you said, getting into law school is difficult, and taking the LSAT is difficult. I had to take it 2 times, and so having to go through that process, and I was just writing it down because I kept hearing about visualize your goals, visualize where you want to be. It's just gonna come. And I was like, okay, I guess I should just hop on that train and see what happens. So in that moment of doing that vision board, I was at low. There were so many things that were not the way that I wanted them to be. So in a sense, me writing them down was I guess holding myself accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember us doing that vision board together.
We did it on live too.
Yeah, we did it on live. We still have that video on YouTube if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start out with that success story because a lot of us have dreams and visions. And I'm not even talking about something even as big as going to law school. What if you think back to your childhood, that little you, those little dreams that you had, those dreams are valued too.
Yeah.
It's we forget that when we were growing up, we had dreams and visions. And so when we grow up, we allow life to, happen and snatch our dreams from us.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about a few things that prevent people from pursuing their dreams, prevents people from chasing after their dreams, prevents people from, going after that new job, going after that new degree, going after that relationship, going after financial freedom. What do you think is the number one reason why people don't pursue their dreams?
I would have to say fear.
Okay.
I feel like that's a big one. It's scary, I think that we go through life telling ourselves a lot of things. Most people are very hard on themselves, and we like a friend would say, we abuse ourselves with the way that we talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not this enough. And when you're trying to pursue your goals, because you've been telling yourself these things, you kind of it prevents you from going for your goals, because you're because you don't have any evidence, right, that you're not good enough. So you're scared that if you go and you fail, now you have evidence to back up all these things that you've been telling yourself. And that can be very scary. Or if other people have been telling you that you're not good enough, and then you're like, oh man, if I do this and fail, then they're going to find out that I'm not as good enough as, then it's going to be evidence, and I'm going to find out too. So I think that fear is a big one. Fear of failure, and sometimes fear of success as well. We're not ready. Sometimes when we're just not, we don't know how we would handle that success. We don't know, because it's the same way we've been telling yourself all these bad things, and you're scared that something good might happen, is going to change that narrative. So now I have to figure out a new narrative for myself.
Yeah.
And maybe we're too lazy to create a new narrative for ourselves. So I just feel like fear it's a big thing, and it can be either way: fear of failure and fear of success.
I want to piggyback on that, because fear is actually the first one that I have on my list. And I think there are 3 types of fear. Fear of the unknown. You don't know what the future holds. Number 2 is fear of failure, like you said. And I think another reason why people hold on is because of fear that they want to get it right. Fear of failure and getting it right is sort of the same thing. I feel like a lot of people hold off, put their dreams on hold, because they're like, oh, I have to be perfect. I have to get to this certain level of knowledge and wisdom or financial freedom before I can pursue this dream. So people keep waiting, and putting their dreams on hold because of that. What do you think is the second biggest reason why people don't pursue their dreams?
I wouldn't say the second biggest. I would say my second biggest was lack of support. Going to law school, not having a lawyer in the family, not really knowing any lawyers or in my immediate surrounding, not really knowing what to do, or how to who to ask questions. And I just felt, of course I had a support system, my friends and my family, but it's a kind of different support when somebody that has been in the field and they're actually giving you concrete help to help you get there. So lack of support and feeling oh man, I'm playing catch up. I'm competing against people whose parents are lawyers, whose family has been in this industry forever. They
have a lawyer in the family, so they know all the deets. Yeah, so
it was just the lack of support and just feeling I can't do this.
That's interesting, because I felt that same way also starting this apparel business. I was there's nobody in my house right now, in my nuclear family, or even in my extended family, that I know have an apparel business that I can go to and talk to. I have acquaintances, I know other people that do it, but it's not as easy to talk to them as it's easy to talk to someone within your family.
Right.
People outside, they will sort of sugarcoat the truth for you. But in your family, they will, if somebody knows, someone that is knowledgeable of the path that you want to walk in your family, they will be open enough to share that with you. And so it was a battle. I had to fight that to step out in faith and pursue that dream, because that's a dream I've had for over 2 years. And so, that was another thing.
Yeah. So support is a huge one, and it's difficult. You have to like step out of and sometimes you have to be proactive. You don't have people in your family, you don't have people in your surrounding that have done whatever you want to do. Well, you have to step out there and I'll go find them.
Yeah,
they're out there somewhere. Sometimes we want support to come from a certain person, a certain place, that we're so fixated on the fact that it has to come from there.
Yeah.
But guess what? You can still get that same support from another source. And if you're open-minded and if you're proactive enough, you're going to find your tribe who are going to literally hold you and push you forward. Yeah.
That's true. I think another reason why a lot of people don't pursue their dreams is rejection.
That's a good one.
I don't like to be rejected. I don't know about you.
Nobody does.
But I don't like rejection. And so a lot of people are like, what if I go and then they reject me? What if I apply for the job? And I feel like a lot of college students face this, especially, during their final year. They're trying to move from college, getting a job. Maybe they've been interning at a specific place and they want a job there. But those people are like, no. So you just intern, and of course they didn't pay you, because those are usually the ones that don't pay you. They're intern for us 40 hours a week for free for 6 months, and then they won't pay you, and then they won't retain you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they just rejected me. And then you apply for jobs after jobs, they reject you. Friendships, you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, you're rejected. Oh, you're not our type of person. You just don't vibe with us, you don't fit in our group. It's
the way you're saying it. You're like,
I don't like rejection.
Yeah,
rejection hurts.
It does.
It hurts. And I feel like when a lot of people feel rejected, they just close in and they're like, you know what, that's it. They throw in the towel and like, I'm not gonna pursue this anymore.
Yep.
I'm done. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, you said everything. Nobody likes rejection, and sometimes, when you're rejected, it kind of like I don't know. It kind of like affirms the narrative in your head, because we always just think that I'm not good enough. These people are not gonna love me, and then when they don't love you, you're like, you see, I said I wasn't good enough. I knew I wasn't good enough. I knew they weren't gonna love me. So that just since you're walking up and down and gathering evidence for the narrative that you already have about yourself, you're like, okay, this is why I don't want to do this, because they don't love me anyways. And this. So I think that rejection is really difficult, but then it helps you build stamina. And this is when self-love and self-respect and confidence comes in, because you're like, they're lost, peace. I'm an awesome person. I'm a great walker. I'm a great whatever. So it's really you deciding that, I'm good enough.
Yeah.
And it's not my loss, it's their loss. They're losing out of me. So basically that, just be confident about yourself and and I think Will Smith said something about successful people fail and they fail often. You need to have a healthy relationship with rejection. Almost sometimes you even go out there and look for rejection, so that when you finally get that relationship, when you finally get that job, when you finally get that acceptance into that school, it means a lot more because you've worked so hard for it. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm gonna point out 2 more things why I think people don't pursue their dreams. But if any of those 3 things that we just mentioned, we mentioned fear, we mentioned lack of support, we mentioned rejection.
Yeah.
So if any of those 3 things apply to you, let us know in the comments on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching this video, Instagram. And then I'm gonna talk about the last 2. I think the other reason why people don't pursue their dreams is the money, mullah,
Preach.
all of them. It's dinero, dollars.
Yep.
it's because of the money. Because dreams cost money. Let's be honest. Dreams cost money. Dreams are not free, and it's not easy to get. You have to work for it.
Yep.
It costs money. And I think that's why a lot of people don't pursue their dreams. They're like,
especially the dreams of higher education.
Yes.
I had a panic attack when I got like my law school bill. I literally like sat in my car for 2 hours, like confused and thinking about how the heck am I going to pay all of this, and it was scary. I'm like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to like spend 3 years of my life like stressing out in school and then like be in this much debt? Like, I could go get a job somewhere. I could go like do IT. I could just go,
but you won't be fulfilled. That's not your dream.
Exactly. So like I let myself have that panic attack because like that kind of like, it shows that I'm conscious.
Yeah.
You realize that the commitment that you're making.
You realize that your dream is valuable to you, and for it to be valuable to others, you need to invest in it.
Yeah. Most definitely.
It's expensive.
It is expensive.
I had to invest in a course to learn how to make t-shirts. I'm writing a book right now. And the book is going to be out in the next year, within 1 year. Okay. I have to invest $7,000 in a year to self-publish my book.
Wow. That is
Imagine all the other areas of my life that I'm cutting right now, budget-wise. Because I know that dream is important to me. On my vision board that's hidden is the biggest one. I only put small ones up, but the biggest one I wrote, I will be a best time seller.
Period.
And that's gonna happen. But how do I pursue that dreams? I have to invest money into that dream and that vision for it to materialize.
Money and time. Sacrifices. There's like, you can't go out to dinner every weekend with your friends. The time that you have to sit down.
Do you know how many times I've been at work and I'm like, my coworker is ordering food and I'm like, God, that smells good. I want to order. I want to place an order right now. But then I'm like, Ella, focus. Think about your future. Think about your dream. It will cost you.
Yep.
Your dream will cost you. It will cost you friends. It will cost you family, because a lot of people will not understand.
They don't.
They will not understand. Your dreams will cost you relationships. Your dreams will cost you time. It will cost you money. It will cost you sleep. And you know how I love my sleep. You came here and you saw me sleep.
I saw you.
I love my naps.
Like, we're about to go on live in like 30 minutes.
I was like, wait, it is 1:30. I can sleep till 2:30. I set my alarm. I'm about to nap before this live.
Yeah.
It will cost you that. Like, I remember when I was building my blog, because I did my blog by myself. I had to buy a course to do it, learn how to do it from scratch. Even the business, buy a course to do it. Now for this book, I was on the call yesterday, an hour call with the publisher, and talking about everything, how they will partner me with a best time seller coach.
Oh wow.
To walk me through. They'll give me an editor. This is that. I have access to a group of over 300 publishers that are best time sellers, and it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
And
by the way, I'm studying masters in September.
I don't know how you
and
do
I'm
it.
still doing this small business, trying to grow it.
I don't know how
your
you do
dreams
it.
will cost you, but I feel before we even go to what I want to say, I want to talk about the last thing. And I actually did not think about this until Kristen Kane brought it up. I was watching one of her series on TVN, and then she said that the reason why a lot of us don't go after our calling, our dreams, God-given, because God plants those in our hearts.
Yeah.
Is because of pride.
Ooh.
And when she said pride, I was like, come again?
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
It doesn't make
sense.
sense.
Be the reversed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that we don't pursue our dreams because of pride. And so, I began to think, because if we look at Moses in the Bible, when God told him that, I've chosen you, go and rescue and lead the children of Israelites out of Egypt into the promised land, what did Moses say? He said, I cannot speak. He said he was a stammerer, so he could not do that. So that was a crutch. I did a post recently about, letting go of our crutch. We think that our inabilities are bigger than God's ability. Somebody write that down.
Rich.
I'll say it again. We think that our inabilities are bigger than God's ability. Even when God went to Jeremiah and he said, I have anointed you to be a prophet, this, that. You will speak whatever I say, you should speak, and you will go wherever I tell you to go. He said, but I'm only a child. That was his excuse. And God was like, do not say you're a child. Do not say that. And that's part of the reason I came up with this strong collection apparel. Strong is a mindset.
It is.
You have to change your mind. And now we're going into what you need to do, the steps. We're going to be sharing the nuggets you need to take to start pursuing your dreams. Number 1, it's a mindset. Your mind needs to change. We talked about rejection, how we've already internalized it, that, I'm not good enough, this person will reject me, this is that. Even when I got this job right now that I'm working at, I didn't think I was qualified for it. When I finished from college, I was applying for part-time jobs. I was applying for jobs that were like less than the pay of what my degree was. And I brought it up to my teacher, my professor at that time in school, and she was like, yes, go for this job, apply for it, you're qualified. And I feel like sometimes we do need people in our lives to say, girl, you got this.
Yes,
you are more than enough, you are qualified for this position. And even if you think, because it's mindset, even if you think you're not qualified, God does not always call the qualified, he qualifies the call.
Period.
It's like you have to make up your mind that it's me and God in this.
Yes.
And he's brought me this far not to leave me. He's brought me this far not to let me go. So I have to make up my mind that I'm going to do what he has called me to do.
Yeah.
There's
I also think it's this misconception that the people who are doing that job are qualified. Most often they're not. They're not. And most positions you learn on the job. There's a lot of things that you learn as you go. So if you're even like rejecting yourself before you are being rejected, then you're really doing yourself a huge disservice. That's one thing that I started like telling myself. Like even when I was applying to law schools, there's some law schools that I regret applying to, and I actually got into a school that I didn't think I could get into. I'm just gonna apply. But there's some that I was like, I'm never gonna get into, I'm not gonna apply to that. But when I finally got into the school that I'm going to, I was like, I should apply to those other schools.
Yes.
Because I kind of like self-rejected myself before they even said no to me. And it's just, like you said, mindset. You have to get to a place where you're so confident that nothing can like waver you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying to be arrogant. I'm not saying not to be accountable or to yourself about. But you're so like I'm the shit.
Yeah.
And you know that you're the shit. Like you carry yourself that way, and the way And I feel like once you do that, you even get comfortable with failure. You get comfortable with rejection. Okay, they don't want me. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm still the shit though.
Yeah.
Like so. It's just like you said, mindset is very important, and it's just never self-reject yourself. Allow them to say no to you. There's sometimes you don't go for that relationship. Oh my God, he's not gonna like me. Let him say he doesn't like you.
Put yourself out there first.
Yes, put yourself out there, and just don't self-reject. Yeah.
I'm not saying pursue a man. I just said put yourself out there. There's a difference. If you want to learn the difference, DM me.
Oh my God.
But let's not even talk about the mindset of even going into it, let's talk about how your mind will change just by being in that situation.
Yep.
You need to expose yourself to different environments. Like right now that I'm doing this business, my mind is exposed to different environment. Now my eyes is, anytime I see a t-shirt or a tank top, my mind is looking at it, looking at the designs, looking at the company that made it. I'm like, how can I make this better? It's all your mind. Just, it's, you know what, I was listening to a video and the pastor said something like this. I think it was Bishop T.D. Jakes. They were doing a women's panel, and he said something like this. You see this phone that we have, iPhone will send you a message telling you that you need to update it, system update. That's how we need to update our minds.
Me too.
Because like trash, example. You see how you clean your room and you let go of the old, the negative, the clothes that don't fit you anymore, or the clothes that are too big, or they are just old. You need to, your mind needs to be updated.
It does. It
needs to be renewed. I feel like a lot of people, do you know why I like the Bible? I like the Bible because it's the blueprint for life. If you go into the Bible, you will see things about to be happy, to laugh. It's not all about killing devils and demons. In fact, your greatest enemy is you.
Period.
If you don't know it, because think about it. The devil, Satan, had to take permission from God to attack Job. He could not attack Job like that. He had to take permission from God to attack Job. And God gave him that permission, but God said, do not touch him, do not kill him. I feel like we get so, I feel like I'm going down another path and I have to reel myself down. But I just want to say, your greatest enemy is not the devil. It's you. It's your mind. You have to overcome that first. You have to overcome that bad experience. I feel like a lot of people, they've had bad experiences and they're like, because that happened this time, or even other people's bad experience.
You just take that and body it and
like we see that also when we're in college and they'll be like, oh, this professor is not good. And then I have the same professor and it was amazing. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Don't make another person's experience your own.
Yes.
They might have had the bad experience, but your experience is going to be great. Again, it's mindset. It's how you speak into your future. It's how you speak into your life. It's how you see yourself. And it's something that we need to develop. And
I also think it comes a lot, it has to do a lot with healing too. Because, bad things and good things, they're all part of life.
That's true. And
just for example, if you're walking down the street and somebody tells you, oh, you look good, you forget in 2 seconds. You're walking down the street and somebody tells you, girl, what is that? What are you wearing? That shirt is very ugly. You take that, you internalize that, you take it to be you don't have taste. You remember it more than you remember the positive.
Yeah.
But positive and negatives are part of life. Difficulties and joys, and they're all part of life. And what happy people do is, the difference between happy people and sad people or depressed people, it's not really the fact that happy people don't have bad experiences. Is that they don't internalize it and take it to define them. But the thing about depressed people, or most people who are depressed, is we allow single events in our lives that were bad to define us. And also one thing is we don't heal properly.
Yeah.
I see this all the time with even with relationships. You get into a relationship, long term it was great, whatever, and then it gets bad. And 2 weeks later, you're in a new relationship. So what you're doing, and then that gets, that doesn't work out. And then a month later, you're not allowing yourself to heal. And what you're doing is walking up and down and collecting trauma.
Yeah.
Without healing properly. So you become a broken person because you never gave yourself time to heal. So I just, like you said, mindset when it comes to failure. And even I've seen people on LinkedIn who are I'm taking a pause. I've gotten so many rejections. I am going to step out of the job market for a month or so. because we're human.
Yeah.
If you get so many rejections, after a point, you're gonna break. It's just the way it is. You need to take some time out, go get a drink, go to the beach, like talk to your girlfriends, like whatever you do to like, you know, to distress and to fill your cup again, and then come back armed to start over again. So I just feel like that healing process, it's as important as like, you know, going through the trauma. It's just very important, and just keep reminding yourself that you're good enough, because you are.
Yes.
You have everything that you need to succeed. You just need to know
that's
how to tap
what
into it.
the meaning of nugget is.
Yeah.
I feel like since God gave me that word in 2018, and since I've been recently this year, I've been honing into it, because what nugget means is a precious metal, I call it jewel, that is ready formed in the earth. It was ready formed. That means you don't need to do anything else to it. So look at me, I'm ready formed.
Period.
That's it. If people ask me, you know, why do you need the job, or why do you deserve the job? Because I'm ready formed. I have everything within me and in me to do that job, to learn it, to soar. So it is. I feel like we can talk. That's the problem. We can talk
for years.
And I don't want this video to be too long, because a lot of people these days don't like to watch long videos.
Yeah.
But we are spitting facts, and you know, let's give a recap, and I want to end with something. So keep watching. We talked about, you know, the various reasons why a lot of people don't pursue their dreams. Pride, fear, lack of support, rejection. So, and money. Those were the 5 big ones. And then we talked about how, you know, how people can pursue their dreams. First of all, it starts with your mind.
Yeah.
You need to have the way you present yourself and think about yourself, because, you know, there's a scripture that says that God will do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask and think or imagine.
Ella has been spinning facts all afternoon.
I'm telling you, everything starts in your mind. Losing weight is in the mind. Everything you want to do, if God can do everything, I feel like the problem is that a lot of people don't associate or connect what we say with what we think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
You know what this is reminding me of? Have you seen that movie with, she's a comedian, I forgot what her name is, where she didn't like the way she looked, she's overweight, and then she prayed for something, I've forgotten what she did, and in her eyes, in the mirror, she saw herself as a skinny blonde girl. I think I've forgotten what that movie is.
We have to
called.
look for that movie.
I think it's Amy Schumer.
Oh, and then she started working out.
She didn't start working out. When she looked at herself in the mirror, she saw a skinny woman, curved up, but everybody was still seeing her as she was. So she changed the way she acted, the way she dressed. Her confidence level was up there, but everybody was seeing her as like overweight and like, you know. But when she saw herself in the mirror, she saw this like skinny. So then it changed the way that she was carrying herself in the world. So when I watched that movie, I was like, oh damn, it's all in your head. Like,
it's a mindset game. Like, I'm telling you, it's a mindset game.
Yeah.
Because we are recapping, so I don't want to go back and keep talking about it.
But yeah, it's like you said, mindset, and just
the way you think about yourself, and then you will elevate yourself. Think positive thoughts about yourself, and then you will elevate yourself. Don't worry about what other people are thinking about you. They will see. Okay, let's not even go deeper. Another thing is that you have to invest in yourself. Read books. If you see the books I'm investing in, the courses I'm investing in, because where you are going, you need the knowledge of that place, that destination, so that you can flourish there. You need that knowledge. You have to invest in yourself. I'm investing, I will say it again, $7,000. It's not easy. I've put my school loans on hold, because that's the money I'm going to be using to do that, and it's done in 1 year.
Wow.
And that money from the book, the return on investment, can eventually help me pay off the school loans. You have to think that you can do it. You know, Nike said it better. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Like, give me all the excuses in the world. Just do it.
Yeah. And I just want to emphasize that, you know, I know that we're talking a lot about your mind, just do it. Just like, it's difficult. It's not easy because most of us, it's learned behavior. All through your childhood, you have been like given this narrative, or you have been thinking these things, and it takes time. And sometimes you need help to get you there. Sometimes you need like professional help. You know, talk to a therapist. Sometimes you just need like helps with books and all of these things.
Coaches, you have to pay for it.
Exactly, to get you to that place where you're more, in a sense, self-sufficient. Even though nobody can ever be self-sufficient, but instead of like going outside and seeking help to help you get to where you are, you have that right here with you, and you're capable of pulling yourself out of any and everything. So it's not easy.
Time out. So it goes up.
Yeah, so it's not like something that's really easy, but it's definitely worth it. And you know, and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. It's an investment. We invest in stocks every day. We invest, but like once you invest in yourself,
you invest in your company, the company you're working for. They take they take 40 hours of my week. I invest 40 hours a week with them. When I come back home, I have to invest in myself and in my future.
That's right.
It's a no-brainer because I don't want to be working 40 hours a week with them.
Yeah.
It can't happen. That's not the life I'm going to live. So you have to love your vision, your dreams, focus on it, like rewire your brain so that it's like that's my goal. That's the bull's eye. That's what I'm aiming after. And you know, to close out, this is a good activity for us to do. I want you to close your eyes and think about a million things that, you know, could go wrong if you do not pursue your dreams, if you miss out on your dreams. Think about the million things that could go wrong or will not happen if you don't pursue your dreams. Think about it. Now, think about just one good thing that will happen if you pursue your dreams. If you focus, if you put in the time, the energy, the money, the resources that it takes to achieve that dream, that goal, that vision of yours. Think about just one good thing. Now open your eyes. All you need to focus on is that one good thing. Not the million of things that will go wrong. Because believe it or not, a million things will go wrong.
Yes.
A million things, this business I just started, I'm learning. A million things, I'm failing and I'm learning again. A million things will go wrong, but that should not stop you because you have a goal. Just focus. Keep focusing on the one good thing that can come out from all of this. Yes. From pursuing your dreams.
Yep. That was a good exercise.
Yeah.
I actually saw myself in a very luxury house.
Ooh! Speak it into existence.
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta speak it into existence. Yes, I'm speaking it. Well, we thank you so much for joining us on this live, y'all. And if you're watching this, you're playing it, leave a comment for us, and we'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you, Raisa.
Thank you for joining me. It was so much fun.
Good luck on your law journey. We pray, God's blessings and grace and understanding and wisdom on you. All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Next month's live. Bye.
Bye.